Hello, I'm Janna, and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. So, super excited this week. The latest release from Tim Holtz Idea-ology has come out, and of course, I've gotten my hands on quite the craft haul. We're going to be taking a look at the craft haul, and then we're going to be diving into a project featuring some of my favorites from this year's 2024 release. If you'd like to see exactly which supplies we're going to be using, go ahead and pause here. All right, let's head over to the Crafty Corner. So today I was able to get my hands on the brand new Idea-ology pieces. So let's take a look at what's in store for us this year. So first of all, we have got these Idea-ology figure stands, and this is set 2. So we've got this adorable dog, a really cool trophy cup. It's got a bit of an indentation so we can fill it with things, and a lucky clover. I'm definitely envisioning putting some foundry wax on these and maybe doing like a distressed paint look. That could be really fun. Okay, next, also in some of the metal elements, we have got the adornment sweethearts. And look at these pieces. I love the detail of that wreath. And we've got some of these hearts. These came out in a SKU a while ago, but I've always loved these, and I definitely think that's going to be really fun to make with. All right, moving right along, we've also got some mini quote chips. Quote chips are fun. I remember when the large ones came out. So this is a little size comparison. We got the minis and we have the large ones. So that'll be a great embellishment to play with. All right. Also in kind of the trinkety bit section, we have got these fantastic faceted hearts. These are salvaged hearts. They're the same material that you would see for the salvaged figurines like we've seen at Christmas time. So again, that'll be a great piece. Like I can totally see putting that in a vignette and altering it maybe with some foundry wax or maybe more paint or even glaze. Glaze could be really fun. Okay, another metal element that we have here. We've also got the optic frames. I love the detail of these. They've got a great shape, and if we pull one out, they are pretty detailed. So that will be a fun thing to improvise with. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm sure we'll come up with something fun. Okay, moving on to the next element, we have got some glass domes. This is kind of a mid-size. We've got the minis, we got the mid-size now, and we do have the larger display dome. So that will be great. I'm kind of thinking already like Halloween. I really want to fill some of these with creepy eyes and maybe some bones. That could be really fun, like setting up a kind of a lab scene, something spooky. All right, now we also have a few other metal pieces. Let's see, we've got the tags and quotes. These are all new quotes this year and a few old favorites, so that will be fun to play with. I love putting distressed crayon through these and highlighting the text. That's one of my favorite ways to use them. So that will be great to add into the mix. And we've got some hardware heads. These are very interesting. Hardware heads have come out before. They've been in all sorts of really different shapes. And I love putting these on steampunk themed cards. I also like that we've got some really big chunky ones, and then we've got a medium and a small size. So I definitely am thinking about adding this to some more masculine themed type cards, maybe with a steampunk vibe or maybe a mechanical vibe. That will definitely be great to incorporate. All right, so there are a lot of paper elements this year that have come into play. I am particularly excited about the collage papers. These are wonderful. I've always loved collage paper. It's great to add in a background of cards, and I like sticking them in journals, but they don't stick around too long. Some have and some haven't, and believe me, I've got quite the stash on hand, anticipating that they might go away, but now we have these. These are cut right down to size. Like, this is the perfect size for a card front with just a little bit of trimming. And you get all of these really neat designs. There's 2 of each design in the pack. And there are so many neat things on here. We got some numbers. We got some letters. Ooh, that one I really like with the keyboard. That's really cool. So that will be lots of fun to create with. Ooh, we got some machinery parts. Ferris wheel. Really want to put that into a journal spread. And then over here, we've got some more floral elements and some botanical things, some butterflies, and a few bugs. That'll be neat. And again, we got all sorts of different designs. And we've even got a bit of writing here. I like that. It's very scripty. So that will be lots of fun to play with. All right, moving right along. This one surprised me. I was not expecting this at all in the new Idea-ology lineup, but this is neat. These are vintagey pieces of tape. It's not actual vintage tape, but it's been scanned and it's been turned into a sticker. So I'm really intrigued. This is absolutely neat. It doesn't look like much just looking on the page, but when you take this out, it comes on this thin plastic, and then you just peel this up and you get this really cool discolored piece of tape. I am really excited about this, and I can't wait to add it in as a little finishing detail to more pieces. So the nice thing in the pack, you get a large, a medium, and a small for sizes, and you get quite a few pieces in here. We've got, let's see here. We get 5 sheets. So there's 2 little ones, and then we've got 2 big ones, and then we have a kind of medium one. So you get quite a few stickers in the pack, but I may have or may not have bought more than one, because I can definitely see using this on lots of different things. So that will be great. Okay, moving right along, we also have collage strips. So these are a larger scale than the collage strips that we've previously seen. This is the original size, and then we get these big ones. That is going to make making card bases so much easier. It's just going to be snip, glue, and add another piece, and like that's your card base right there. So that will be a great way when I'm not so inspired to come up with a collage-y type background and then just add some focal points and we'll have a card. So that is nifty, and I can't wait to explore this more and check out the artwork. There's some pieces that are going to look similar, but from what Tim said, there are some other pieces that have been swapped out and exchanged for new and interesting bits. So I'm looking forward to exploring this. All right, next. All right, this blew me away when I saw these on actual projects. This is the sticker stamp book, and just look at all those. There's so many wonderful stamp stickers in here, and all the colors. I'm ridiculously excited about these, and they got the little jaggedy bits around the stamp, and they got the postmarks all over them. These are just wonderful. There are so many different colors, and that is going to be lots of fun to create with. Like, I already know that we're going to be making something with this today. And bonus, at the back, we have an entire page of blank stamps. So I can remember using some of the old Tim Holtz Idea-ology metallic labels, and then I'd stamp with archival ink on the inside of them to make kind of like a stamp-like thing. So this is going to be so much fun to go in with archivals and start stamping out our own stamps. That I'm really looking forward to. Definitely sensing a video or a short that could come up with this in the near future. So we've got a stamp sticker book. That is just too cool. Okay, next we have got layers. So the layers are these really neat picture frames, and then we've got the innards from them that we can turn into other things. So we've got lots of different frames, and we got lots of pieces that can become backgrounds. So I think that will be fun. I'm looking forward to delving into that. All right. Then we have got more stitched frames. Now, I love the first round of stitched frames. Those were perfect to highlight focal points on cards. And I love that you can customize the color of those threads. Since I'm not a big sewer, I really appreciate elements that have threads already embedded in them. So that will be fun. We've got different shapes. We've got kind of like an arch. We've got some circles, and we've got some ovals. So that will be a nice different change that we can play with. All right. Then we've got paper strips. I love paper strips. I put paper strips on many things, making backgrounds, as embellishments. I chronically hoard my paper scraps just to create strips. So it's really nice to have some pre-made strips that I can just dig into and add to a card to make a border or just like a little space to anchor things. So very excited about that. That will be a wonderful thing to add to the collections. And guess what? 89 pieces. That's a lot of paper. So that'll be a lot of options for different things to create with. And yes, I got two. They were that good. Now, moving on into some more familiar things. We have an updated cast of Photo Booth. I am looking forward to going through here and making some plans for some of these new characters. I love these for storytelling and for art journaling. They add a nice vintage vibe. And I love how some of these are not tinted, but others are tinted. So that will be a fun collection to poke through. Then, of course, we've got more paper dolls. I look forward to these every year. There's always new characters, new poses, and sometimes even a different scale. But this year, guess what? We are getting houses and cars. I love the vintagey cars. Those are going to be so much fun. And the houses, just look at these. We've got a big edition and we got a little edition. That is just going to be so much fun. And just think of the opportunities for tinting these with distressed watercolor pencils or crayons. That is going to be very enjoyable. Okay, now the other part of the Idea-ology release this year involves some interesting substrates. I love substrates because that gives me more ability to create and to make different types of projects. So if you remember the divided box with all of the different index cards, we now have a new set of cards to put in the box. And this, you kind of have to open it up in order to really appreciate it. And there's a nice sticker on here that tells you exactly what these are. So we've got already some pre-made envelopes that can have stuff put into them. Let's see, we get 3 envelopes. And these are library pocket card holders. I love these. Okay, I kind of wish I had like an entire package of these because I would love to put these in some of the junk journals that I make and then put like a little card in there. That would be so fun. But you know what? I probably could cut some backgrounds and make some of these on my own. It's giving me ideas. But I love these. These are wonderful. Okay, then we also have a pocket with a window, so that would be fun. We could stick a tag in here and then you could have like a photo or a flower coming out of there. That would be neat. All right, and then we've got a little accordion fold out. Love those. That is just ready to collage, ready to alter. And the nice part about these are made on the Tim Holtz mixed media cardstock. So like we can do our dipping and drying, we could do paint marbling. This is ready to go. It's in a substrate that we're familiar with, so it should be pretty easy to alter and have fun. So you get 3 of each style of thing that's in the packet. We've got our windows, our library card, kind of the coin envelope, and then the accordion fold. So that will be wonderful to explore. Then we've got a whole package of blank manila folders. So standard manila folder, these are nice and small. We can use those maybe to create an album, maybe to start a book cover. So we've got tabs in these. You got the front to the middle and all the way to the side. And they come in 2 different sizes. And again, it's the same substrate. Tim Holtz Distress Mixed Media Cardstock. So again, that's going to be super easy to alter. And I'm kind of thinking I'd love to do some swatches on the inside of these. That would be a fun way to organize. All right. This one I may have kind of gone overboard on. I'm very, very much interested in working with this. So I did get 2. This is the accordion book fold out. So it comes with a nice ribbon that we can alter. Definitely want to do that with some distress ink or maybe some spray. But you open this and that just goes on and on. Look at that. It's got pockets. It's got the accordion fold. That is so good. And when you close it up, you already have 2 hard covers. It looks like this is some sort of chipboard that has been coated with the paper. So that cover is ready to go. And this thing, you could leave that as a flap, but I kind of want to turn that into a pocket to hold things on the side. So you got your front, you got your back, and that is going to have endless possibilities. Like I can already see myself doing a Christmas themed one of these, definitely a Halloween themed, and it'd be really fun to do like a floral fairy garden theme as well. So I may have to acquire a few more of these. All right, take that, set that aside. And the last substrate, this one I'm probably the most excited for. This is the booklet folio. Now, I got 3, and I'm already anticipating that I'm going to be doing a fairly substantial Halloween project. I've always wanted to make a grimoire from the ground up, and this gives me the perfect substrate to start. So let's take a closer look at this. So again, we have the ribbon piece. We have some string in order to hold everything together. I'm probably going to swap that out for some other string, but I bet I can use this for something else. All right, and if we open this, we have our cover, and then we have our signatures. So each signature has 2 pieces folded together, and they're already pre-stitched, which is neat. And so we just take these, and with the string, we would add them into the book. Now, I'm kind of thinking I would like to combine some of the books together to give myself more pages. If I did a double of these, that would give me a total of 16 pages to fill. So I've definitely got a lot of ideas for this already, and I'm thinking about that grimoire. I really want to do a massive project with this, but I'll probably have to do a small project as well just to get the feel of how the book is put together. So definitely have lots of ideas for what I would love to create with this. Okay, so now that we've seen an overview of all of the awesome things that have come our way, now it is time to dive into a project. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the deck and bring in some of my favorite pieces to start creating with. So we're going to be making a card, and we're going to be making some embellishments to go with it. I want to die cut some birds out of the black heavy stock, but we're going to be altering the black heavy stock with some of these gorgeous stamps. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we can do. I kind of want to do a rainbow pattern with these, but I think we're going to be kind of sporadic with the placement. So I'm going to mostly use the big stamps. Yeah, I think if we use the big ones, we'll get a pretty good pattern. And I hopefully can cut more than just a few birds out of this. I'd like to have a whole bunch of birds on hand that I can use at a later date. So let's just go ahead and start sticking these down. There are so many choices here. I absolutely love it. Okay, so let's see. I might need to do a small one, but that will be okay. Actually, no, maybe not. I think we'll just use the large ones and see where we end up. Okay, so we've got the red, orange, yellow. Now let's go for a green. Oh, I like this green. These are just wonderful. I love the detail of these. They are very, very fun. Okay, now a dark green, like that one. Okay. Yeah. I really love this. This is probably one of my favorite additions to the line. Stamps are just fun, and like having stamps in like every color of the rainbow is just awesome. That is going to spark a lot of creativity. Okay. Take that. So it looks like I need 5 more stamps and we'll have the space filled, and then we can start die cutting. I'll probably have to loop back to the beginning of the book, but that will be all right. Can look for more stamps to fill in the spots. There we go. Okay, let's take one of these. That'd be a good addition, and then we only have one more row to go. All right, so let's flip back to the beginning. Grab another one of the red ones. Let's go for something really bright. That'll be really good. I like that one. Take that. Put that one right here. Okay. Coming back for another orange one. Ooh. Let's go with that. Good, and then we'll finish off with a yellow. There we go. Okay. We've created a nice little background that we'll be able to die cut. So I'm going to take the die set Feathered Friends, and we're going to cut as many birds out of this as we can. So we'll be back in just a moment after I've had a chance to do some die cutting. Okay, let's take a look at the birds that we just die cut. So here they are, and I love how that came out with the stamps. You can see some of that lovely pinked edging. We've got lots of different colors here. So this is really fun. These are great. I love this. Okay, so we're going to set these aside for the moment. We'll come back to those. Now it's on to make our card base. So for the card base, I've decided that I want to feature some of the new collage strips, and we're going to be pairing that with a bit of distressing. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull in a piece of watercolor cardstock. We're going to use that as our base, and we're going to do a quick background spritzing with some distress sprays. We're going to be using a combination of mica spray and some traditional sprays as well. So let's see here. We're going to be pulling in some shiny bauble, and let's see here. I think I'd also like a brown. So, ooh, let's go for some brushed corduroy. That'll be good. And I changed my mind. We're going to use an oxide. Okay, now let's go ahead. We'll give our substrate a quick spritz. I'm going to start with the oxide. And now we're going to add in the mica spray. Good. So let's give that a couple quick spritz. There we go. Now let's go ahead and put this on fast forward as we do a little bit more drip and drizzle and dry this off. All right, let's take a look at our background. Here it is. We've got the shimmer, we've got the oxide, we've got some drips, and I am super happy with this. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to take a look inside of here. This is our collage strip bundle, and we're going to find a piece that's going to work just right with this card. So let's just take these. Okay, ooh, so many choices. The greens are really nice. Ooh, I like the blues too, not that one. That I kind of want to do for something else. That's not bad. Let's see, ooh, I like that one a lot too. That could be really good. Not that that's got too much of one color. Not the purples for sure. Definitely not the yellows. Nope, not those. Those won't match. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, not red. Maybe a brown. Ooh. Nope, that's got too much black. No pink. No red. Toss those aside for the moment. That one isn't terrible. Ooh, I really like that. We've got a few choices, which is really nice. Okay, so I've eliminated those. Let's see what I like best with these. Let's see. Ooh, with that writing, I really like the writing. And I kind of want to just snip that out and then move this up. That could be really good. Okay, I think I know what we're doing. We're going to take this, we're going to snip a few things, and then make a jaggedy edge. So I'm going to need some scissors, some collage medium. There we go. All right. So we're going to trim this part off right here. There we go. And we're going to tear this. And then I'm going to need some ink, so I can change that up a bit. Okay, good. All right, let's see here. I've already got some brown ink on this, so we can just grunge that right back up so we don't have that white line. Good. Now, just take that blue and we'll scribble right onto here. There we go. That will be good. And we'll stick that right here, and then I'm going to cut another chunk that we'll be able to grunge up as well. There. Like that. Just stick that down. Hold that for a moment. There. Alright, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to save that for something else. That would be another good collage piece for another time. There. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to glue that on here, but first I want to tear this. Let's see. I like that. I think, no, that's better. All right, so let's see here. I want to start the tear just about here. Okay, there we go. That's going to be nice and jaggedy. Perfect. Take that, set that down, and grunge the side. There we go, and I'll definitely have a little bit to snip off, but not a problem. Okay, scribble that, adding the collage medium. There we go. Let's take that, place that right here. That worked out pretty well with that tear. I need just a little bit more. French that. Excellent. Yeah, that seems to work. All right, so we've got that, and I'll just trim off the little extra bits, and then we'll finish this out. Okay, put that back. Good. And trim. So I'm just flipping this over, taking the tonic mini snips. There we go. Got the front of our card. Now I want to add in a piece from the layers. So we've got all these great pieces here, and I want to add a frame. So let's open this up, check out the options. I kind of know which one I want, but I want to look at a few options before I decide. Okay, so we've got all of these. These are all solid pieces. Okay, that's a frame, that's a frame. There we go, there's the frames. So I kind of want to use that blue one, I think, or maybe the dark green one. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I like that blue one. The blue is really good. Do I have any others that are blue? Let's see. Just doing a quick check, because I really like the blue. Okay, that is the one I want. Great. So I think for this, let's see. You know, I really want to do a bit more of that background. I want to stamp on that. So this is from an older stamp set. This is typeset, and I just want to add a little bit more visual interest to our background. One of my favorite ways to do that is by stamping. So just going to take that, ink it up, and we can easily add some text to our background. Okay, very good. Flip that over, making sure that we got the right side. A little bit more ink. Great, and stamp. Now it doesn't need to be perfect. We are stamping on the bumpy side, so it's not going to lay down smooth. But this is just for the background. And as they say, the background is in the background. Okay, there we go. That works. I'm happy. Okay, now for the frame. So for the frame, I want to pop it up just a little bit So I'm going to be using some foam squares. These are by Simon Says Stamp. And there are two different tiers of foam. We have our low profile and then we've got our higher profile. So for the frame, I want to use the low profile ones. That will give us just a little lift, and then I can dimensionalize the birds by using the higher lift ones when I add them to the card. Okay, just sticking these right on here. That's good. All right, and one more. Excellent. So just unstick those little pieces on the back and we'll be able to add that right onto the card. So I'm just going to go around as quickly as I can and lift those little backings off the foam, and we'll be all set to add another dimension to the card. Though before I stick this down, I think I do want to sneak in a piece of tape or two. I love those tape strips. They are fun. They add just a little bit more of that vintage flair to whatever you're working on. Okay, where'd my tape go? Tape pieces. Let's see. Ah, got them. So, definitely using the tape. I think I want some of the small pieces. There we go. I have some nice small pieces right here. Take that. I'm just going to stick that right along there, and I'll have one more running down on the other side. That little piece right there should be good. I just love these. There is so much going on. Just all that worn detail. Love it. And let's put that over here. I think going right across here looks good. Okay. Great. So we have our little tape details added. And now let's add in the frame. So we'll just take that frame. I'm going to stick that right here. That should be nice and centered. And I've got space for a sentiment, either on the frame or below the frame. So that is good. And now I want the birds. So I think I want, what do I want? I could put this one here, I like that, and that one could go over here. I kind of want a branch going in here as well. Oh, I could layer it kind of like this. Let's see, and then have another bird sitting up high like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna need a tree branch of some sort, but let me anchor those first two birds and we'll go from there. Okay, so just taking a couple of foam squares, peel that off. Good. And we'll stick this one right here. And let's go for that second one. Take that. Okay, and we'll put that one over here. That should be good. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and stick that tree branch right down. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to run that branch right under there, and we're going to run it over the top of the frame. That'll work. Okay, I need two little sticky dots for the bird. 1, 2, very good. Now we'll just peel that right off, and we'll stick our bird right here. Definitely happy with that. Okay, so I do want to do a quick border. We're just going to take some ATG, we're going to run that, and we're going to add a bit of decorative washi tape, my absolute favorite way to decorate the border of a card. So I'm just going to unspool that, and that will give us a nice edge for us to work with. Okay, got that. Just place that right here. Here we go. Nice and easy for embellishing a card. I absolutely love fusing the old with the new. It's like once you get the new things, don't forget the old things, because the old things can be just as fun and jazz up the new things as well. And I just love ideology because all the elements of ideology always play so nicely together. Doesn't matter when you have pieces from, they all seem to just mesh beautifully. Okay, got that. Let's stick that right here. 2 more sides to go after this side. Not bad. Okay, got that. Tuck it down. Tuck and turn. There we go. All right, another strip of tape. Good. Take that, place it right here. Ooh, I just love how the washi just anchors that border, just adds something. Definitely a favorite. All right, and I need to snip. And we need some more tape. Last side, just gonna take that, run it down. Very good. Smooth off the extra bit of tape. Take this, run that out, and stick. I am very, very happy. It is always so much fun to have a chance to play with new things and create. That makes me so, so happy. All right. Ooh. I am loving how this has turned out so far. So I feel like we need just a little bit more going on here. And I do want to add some dots in the corner. All right. So we're just going to do a little dot here, 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 and here. I love pairing the metallic dots with cards. It's still one of my favorite ways to embellish. So, of course, we're going to be doing that today. All right, I just need to find my dots. Okay, so that's 1. Let's see here. 2. Oh, is that the right size? No, it's this one. 2, 3, and 1 more. This will give us 4. All right. So, pretty happy with that. I don't think I do need the flowers. So the last thing that we're going to do will be to add a sentiment. And of course, gotta pull in the sentiment stickers from the metallic ideology cardstock. So let's go with Explore, Dream, Discover. That seems like a great quote for the birds on here. So we're just going to tuck that right down here. Okay. And here is our completed card. I always love having a play with ideology. It is fun each and every time, and I always enjoy seeing the end results. So just scoot that off to the side. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me here today at the Crafty Corner as we take a look at the brand new ideology from 2024. I am so excited to be able to create with all this, and I hope that you've enjoyed the card making process as well as a quick overview of all of the fabulous new pieces. And until next time, happy crafting!